Most of the time, when I speak to somebody who wants to get into billing and they're new at it, they don't really know what it's about, they say to me they want to get into billing because it is easy and they can just get into it and make a lot of money. And I always come back and say that medical billing is not easy. It may be simple, but it's not easy. And I think they get that impression because there are people out there who are telling you, you can learn medical billing in 5 hours and then you can make all of this money. So they have this impression that it's so easy and you will never have any problems. You just need to just learn this thing in 5 hours and then you can make all the money in the world. I don't necessarily think that medical billing is easy, as most people like to say. I think that is a simple concept and that most people can learn it, but it is not easy. I did a video a while back talking about what a medical biller does. Just in case you don't know, I've linked it above so you can know what medical billers actually do, or the medical billers in a physician's office actually do. But in today's video, I'm going to be discussing what would make medical billing even harder for you if you don't have these certain things or if you don't know about these certain things. So if you would like to find out more about that, then please keep watching. My name is Tamika and I'm a certified professional biller and a certified professional practice manager. Before we jump into this video, I would like you to subscribe to the channel. If you've been coming to this channel over and over and over again watching videos and you haven't subscribed yet, I want to know, why haven't you subscribed? You obviously like the videos that are being produced and what I'm bringing out, the content, so please just click it. It really helps. It helps to share the information about medical billing, which is the reason why I even got into doing this whole channel, was to help people who are interested in medical billing, new medical billers, and also to network with other medical billers so that we can all support and help and motivate each other. Also, when I reach to 1,000 subscribers, I will be giving away a book. I'll show it on the screen. I think it is a very good book, and whether you are interested in medical billing, new to medical billing, have been in medical billing for a while, you probably will find something in the book that you will like, will learn, and enjoy. We're going to jump right into this video talking about what can make medical billing harder for you. And the first one is individuals that are stuck in their ways can make medical billing harder for themselves. When I say that, I'm talking about those people who maybe have got into it. They might have even been into it for a while, a couple years, and they feel like they know everything. They feel like no one can tell them anything different and that their way is the right way. I feel as a medical biller, you should always be open to learning. You should always be open to networking with other billers and learning new things that maybe you don't know. What I have learned, and I've been in medical billing for 17 years now, I've learned that you don't know, there's no way for you to possibly know everything. You may have billed for a private practice the way I have. I've billed for primarily private practices, and I've billed for different specialties, but I haven't billed for all the specialties. So if I'm out there and I'm talking to someone else who does billing in a private practice, they may do things a little bit different. And they may do that thing different because they are in a different specialty. They might also do it because maybe they're not in private practice, they work in a hospital, and they just have a different experience than I have. So always be willing to learn. If you're having problems, let's say with a specific area, with maybe a payment or payments that you're trying to get paid and you can't get them paid, but you feel like your way is the right way and no one can tell you what to do, then you will always be denied or get rejected because now you're not learning and you're not trying to figure it out. When you talk to people, when you do research, when you try to learn more, then you will get more information and maybe be able to fix that problem that you're having. So always remember to be open-minded and to be able to learn more, because things are always changing and things continue to change in medical billing. And the next one is not having automated processes. Now, I have been in billing for a long time, so I kind of got into it when we were just kind of starting out with doing a lot of things electronic. And so I know how to do them manually and I know how to do it electronically. But I find that, of course, electronically is quicker, it's more efficient. You can get a lot more done because you're doing it quicker, so you can get a lot more done, which is good for you, so you can do other things that are more important than, let's say, sending out claims or payment posting. Not that sending out claims or payment posting is not important, but I mean, you can get it done quickly so that you can do other things like maybe denials or follow-up, or if you even have another position in the private practice. So it helps you to do more things within a day, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So it can make it a little harder if you had to do everything manually, though. Not that it's not possible to do, because again, when I started out, I was mainly doing things manually and I got everything done. I just had to make sure I structured my time differently, I planned differently, I had, things in place and in order, and they were able to be done. But it can get a little bit harder if you're doing everything manually and you don't have any automated processes in place. Then there's not being fully trained in the system that you're using. So whether you are a business owner, a medical billing business owner, or you are in a practice, you will most likely have to learn the practice management system. And in doing that, you need to make sure that you're fully trained in the system. Each system works differently. The foundations of the system are probably the same. If I jump from one system to the next, I most likely can learn how to use them. But am I using it to the full capability that it can be used? Also, there are some systems that can do things and some of them that can't do certain things, or they might do it in different ways. And being fully trained will help you do that more efficiently. If you have to look around and, try and figure out, ask for help, do all of those things to figure out how to do one thing, like send a claim or to correct a claim, you have to try and figure that out, and that takes you 30 minutes to do because you weren't fully trained on that system, compared to being fully trained, knowing what you're doing, and that will speed up the process so that you won't have to take so long trying to figure things out. You also might do things more manually if you don't fully know how to use your system, because you can't figure out how to maybe print reports or, post payments. So now you're, making spreadsheets and doing extra things that is not necessary because you don't know how to use the system or fully know how to use the system that you're working in. As a business owner, there are some of us, which I am one of those people, who use the systems of my providers. So if my provider already uses LightTech or Medisoft or eClinicalWorks, I would use their system. So I kind of got familiar with using different types of systems. And again, I know where to go. I'm also kind of computer literate. I really know how to maneuver my way around on the computer. So I know where to find certain things. But I also make sure that if I am in a system and I really just don't know how to find things, or I notice that it's taking me longer to do certain things, I would try to get training in one shape or the other. I would try to get it through the office that I'm working for, or if I can call the company themselves and they can do a little mini training. A lot of the companies have, maybe videos or, like not necessarily manuals, but they do have manuals and stuff. You can figure out how to do one certain thing. I would try to do that instead of just trying to make up my own stuff, because again, as the systems evolve, they add things, they improve stuff, and you should know how to use that to help you make your job even faster and better and more efficient. And then there's not being educated in medical billing. If you ask a lot of us our story, you might hear that we just was maybe put into that position, we didn't take any course, or we didn't get certified or anything like that. We just got the position. So when we got in the position, we had no idea what to do. This definitely could make things a lot harder than it needs to be. When you're not educated in the profession, when you don't know what to do and why you're doing stuff and how to do it, it makes your job a lot more harder than it needs to be. I, for example, was trained by the person who was in the billing position. So she trained me how she did it. But for a long time, I was doing things just because she told me to do it. And that didn't feel right to me. I wanted to do things because it was right and because I knew it was right. So I decided that I was going to take a course in medical billing so I can make sure that I get the foundation of doing medical billing. And I would never, ever, ever regret that. When you get a new position and you're being trained by someone else, let's say you didn't take a course in medical billing, then I would always suggest doing more research, and if you can, take a course. It won't hurt you. You don't have to necessarily get certified, because being certified in medical billing is not a requirement, but I would suggest, for your own sake, for your confidence, for your knowledge, that you take a course so you can at least get the basics down, so you know the foundation and what to do. It would make things a lot easier than trying to send out claims and getting denials and not knowing what codes mean and not knowing where certain things go on the claim forms. And you just don't know these things because you've never had the formal training that you needed in medical billing. And it will make things a lot more stressful, a lot more harder than they need to be. So I would suggest to just take a course. It doesn't have to be an expensive course. It can be a reasonably priced course, and just try to learn your profession so that you can make sure that you are being the best biller that you can be and not stressing yourself out with making things harder than they need to be. So I hope those tips were useful for you. So if you're new to medical billing, or if you want to get into medical billing, when you do actually do it, you won't be so stressed out about it because it's so hard and you don't know what to do. And I will see you in the next video.